Great. Now we are live on YouTube. Hello, people from YouTube. I'm Larissa, your hostess today. Talk and Talk is the platform that you can talk in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. And if you want to come in our next immersion, go to talkandtalk.com.br to see more information. Okay, so today we're going to talk about books. The topic today is The Book is on the Table. It's a funny topic, but just we're going to talk about books, okay, in general. So let me share with you the questions, please. 1 minute. You can see the questions, right? Perfect. So I will divide us in two small groups, okay? Now you can accept the invitation and don't forget to present yourself, okay? See you soon, guys. So we can start. So Márcio, can you present yourself, please?
Of course. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. My name is Márcio Nunes. I live from my city called Linhares, in the state of Espírito Santo. I'm 45 years old. I'm married. I live with my wife and my son. I have a little dog. His name is Bento. I work in here with me, the industry. I work with quality control. 2024 start this year. I intend to develop more about my English, participate a lot of the immersion with us. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Márcio. So Alexandre, can you present yourself? Alexandre, are you hear me? I think the answer is no, but okay. Go to João, please, João.
Good afternoon. My name is João. I am 27 years old. I live in Bahia. I have a degree in physics and engineering. In my free time, I like read books, play video games, and listen music. And in this moment, I like run. Yeah, make to street run. I think. I have a dog. His name is Tubarão because he's loved to bite the peoples. And and this in this moment, I think that's it.
Okay, great. So Gabriel, go ahead, please.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Gabriel. I'm from Rio. I'm 29 years old. I work with IT and security technology. So my free time, I like to watch movies, studying with another device about the technology. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Alexandre, are you there? No? Okay, maybe if his connection, I don't know. But we can start with the questions, okay? So, João, can you read the first one? Number 2, actually.
Yes. Do you like to read? How often do you read books? In my case, I like read. Yeah. Attend and my degree, I create the habit and still maintain it's today. Normally I read after the training in the morning between 7 and 8 8 a.m. Uh, before I start work. Um, but I always take my Kindle, yes, with my everywhere, and whenever I have to wait to something, I usually read a little. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, because I usually read in the bus because I spend too much time on the traffic, so it's
Yeah.
an habit for me. Thank you, João.
You're
So,
welcome.
Gabriel, what about you?
Yes, of course, I like to read. Um, depends of the device. For example, about technology, I like. Uh, Sometimes I like to read, but physical book, I don't remember exactly the last time I I read, you know. I have some books here in my house, but a long time I don't read the book. But I read many news, you know, news about the sports. I like it so much, and this kind of things.
Okay, it's great too. Thank you. Matthew, what about you?
So, in my case, I enjoy read a book. This for me, uh, one practice every day. My strategy, I said here, I try read 10 pages every day. The last year, I got to read 6 books. This year, 2024, I read one book. This book I finish. Um, Wednesday. Wednesday, I finished this book. Is a good book. For me, it's very, very important about to read because it helped me uh, my memory, my I forgot raciocínio in English, but I enjoy a lot.
Yeah, I'm finished my first book in this year, and my goal to this year is to read at least one book per month. So, and I always like reading because my mother worked in a book publisher, and I think it's book publisher company. I don't know the name in English, but I always had a lot of books, and it was a good incentive for me when I was a kid, and I learned to read when I was 5 years old, I guess, and I always liked reading. So, Alexandre, are you there? Are you listening us?
Hear me?
Yeah, now we can. I think your connection is not okay today. Am I right? I think I am right. So, so guys, let's go to another question, okay? So, Gabriel, can you read the next question, please?
Yes. Do you prefer to read a physical or a digital book? Uh, can I answer?
Yes, please.
So, uh, nowadays, I believe it's more common to read a digital book. Yeah, nowadays, I believe. So I prefer read something digital. I prefer to read. Uh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I already donated my books from childhood and when I was a teenager, and I just have a little here. And but in November, yes, I bought my Kindle, and now I read more because books are so expensive, right? And Kindle, it's a great way to save money. And I think I prefer to read in a digital book because it's more light to because I like to read in the bus, and Kindle is a small piece, a small object, and I can put in my pocket, and for me it's more easy. So, João, what about you?
I like read a physical book, but like you say, digital is more simple to read, yeah, because we can carry several books on just one device and always carrying the same weight. Yes, it's more you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
carry for any anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can have a lot of books in just one piece,
Yes.
and it's easy. Thank you, João. What about you, Márcio?
So, in my case, about the book, the physical or digital, in the past, I have prejudice about the digital book. My preference is a physical book. But nowadays, for me, don't worry about it, the physical or digital. This moment, I want to read more books. I have in my house digital book and physical book. I don't like to read about the cell phone, for example, because the screen is aside. I like to read in my laptop when a digital book, but I prefer the physical book because I can read in my bed, for example, but don't worry about it. The physical or digital, for me, I want to read.
Great, great, Márcio. And me too. I don't like to read in my cell phone because I think it's very limited, and I don't know the size or the way I need to pass the page, I don't know. I don't like it. So, Alexandre, hello.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, and this is sorry because I'm in my in-law's house, and there are a lot of noise here. A baby making noise, but everything is okay now. Sorry.
Okay, great. Would you like to answer these questions? Number 3?
Let me see. I don't know the question.
Oh,
All
let me
right.
share with you.
I will answer now. The question, number 2.
Yeah, 2
Oh,
or
so
3. You can
about
answer.
read a book, I like to read English book, right? I don't read the Portuguese book because when I read English book, I can improve my English. So
Yeah.
I read the Romeo and Juliet 8 times to improve my past verb because
Wow.
all the stories happened in the past. And now I'm reading the Pedagogy of the Present from Paulo Freire. Pedagogy of the Present tells the story about poor people in Northeast of Brazil, right? And I have more than 10 English books in my house because when I went to Toronto, I bought a lot of books there from $2 for $2 only. So I like to read.
Great. So you prefer to read no, a physical book, right?
Physical book, when I'm quiet, don't want anything. But I like to read story in the internet as well.
Okay, great. Reading English is a great way to get vocabulary, and I'd like to do more this. Thank you, Alexandre. So, Marcio, can you read the next question, please? Read and answer.
Yeah. What was your favorite book you read the last year? In my case, I don't remember the name. I looking for in my laptop, but I forgot the name. The book is very, very interesting. But I read several books in the last year. I said 6 books, but I don't remember the name of this book. I'm looking for here. But the last book is the power of the family is a great book. The book I read the starting of December, finish in January. This I remember now. I'm looking for here in my laptop the name. After I see it, that's it.
Okay, Marcio, no problem. So, João, what about you?
Um, in the last year, I read the book called The Outliers. Yeah, it's a book that makes several study about successful people, and that tries to present to really environment, so that we understand that successful of the depends not only on us, but also on our environment. And it's true, yeah. Simple things that we charge in your environment can help us to do things that would not have been possible before.
Okay, really interesting. Thank you, João. So, Alexandre, what about you?
Last year, what is the question?
Number 4.
Is that number 4? What was your favorite book or read it last year? I'm ready. Pedagogy of the Press is a huge book, right? Not so easy to read, right? So there is a baby bothering me here. Come here. Let's Titia see you. Oh, look, Titia, this baby is bothering me. So it's incredible.
Hello.
But I'm reading the Pedagogy of the Oppressed and repeating. I finished it now and repeating it in the books, right?
Okay, thank you, Alexandre. So, Gabriel, what about you?
So, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. It's about financial. The two dads could be find financial independence, So I like this subject so much about the financial, about the investment,
Yeah, I don't know about this team, but I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And in my case, I remember one book I read last year called To the Rio by Carla Madeira. It's a romance, and oh my God, it's an amazing history, and the way the author read this book is so beautiful and so fluid, and I really love this book. So let's go to question number.
The
Oh,
books
João?
of the Clara Madeira have a I don't know say this capa, very beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, and so in intense. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Have a
um, oh,
movement,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
fluid. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I see.
You do you know her? This author?
Yeah, yeah, I read A Natureza da Mordida, yeah.
Yeah.
Ela, she have 4 books, 5, yeah, I think.
Yeah, I read Véspera too, but I prefer To the Hill.
And the Hill is the more old, yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think so.
the first book, I think.
Yeah. So, okay. João, can you read the next question, please?
Yeah. What has the last book you read about? A last book can read I read if has a book about Henry Ford, yeah, the creator of the Mark Ford. I has a study production systems and has a book that helped me a lot. Yeah, it's more interesting the form of the thinking the Ford in the STEM produce systems.
Okay, thank you, João. And you, Márcio?
So, in my case, I said that my last book, this book, Power of the Family, this book, João Kleber, your wife, Cacá Diniz, your wife, Joel J, your wife, this book, the history, relationship, the problems, the success is a good book for the person is married to read the histories about relationship. I enjoy a lot this book.
Okay, thank you, Márcio. And you, Alexandre?
The question 5.
Yeah.
Question 5, what was the last you read? So I said I read Pedagogy of the Prestige last year, and I repeated this book again because the right so rich to difficult to understand. But I read Romeo and Juliet in English each time. Each time to understand how the English passage. Now, since I started studying English, since 2019, I'm reading only English book. Short story about writing in English, right? To improve the best to improve it and listening and read to improve English. It's read and listen, right?
I tell Alexandre, I think Romeo and Juliet is not easy to read, right? The
No,
vocabulary
it's easy.
is
All
easy.
the book is pretty simple words. Maybe
Oh.
only 1, 2 words difficult you can search on the internet, but it's good to you to improve your past English, right? Present perfect, past simple, and present continuous, past continuous. Improve and involving the story. It's a very good story to remember to read. I guess everyone watch this movie of the Julieta. It's good to read as well in English, right?
Yeah, great to know, Alexandre.
Romeo and Juliet is a Shakespeare book, right?
Yes, only 50 pages. I guess 48 pages, but very good to read to understand the story from Romeo and Juliet and involved in English, right?
It's more small, yeah, for 49
Yeah,
page.
yeah, 48 pages, small book, but you can add a lot of verb in the past, right? How the story happened in the beginning of the 16th generation, 16th century, the end of the 15th century.
Yeah.
So how the book is writing in the past, the story happened in the past, right?
But
So you can
but
look
it
how the past
is easy for
is only you have the perception that you can add ed in the end of the verb. How you say, or you say read it. Uh, I say the verb in the present that adds ed in the past. So if you read the, you understand how the situation past and present and continuous.
yeah. Because the books, hey, the books in Brazil that we write in this epoch is very difficult to read, yeah.
Hey, it's
The
classic.
No,
yeah, it's more difficult in Brazil, but interesting. Uh,
The
I
vocabulary is not so simple,
yeah.
I think. So, okay. Thank you, Alexandre and João. So, Gabriel, what about you?
Yeah, the number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
My last book I read was em português Pega a Visão, é by Rick Scherster, you know. Is a guy who was born in Minas Gerais, and she came for Rio very early, and found many difficulties about your life, you know. And now after 50 years old, he got successful in your life, you know. So nowadays she gives many I forgot palestras, you know, uh, around the world about your life, about the uh, maybe similar coaching, you know. Is a guy, so I like so much this guy.
Okay, I didn't know this guy, this name, but
No,
very interesting.
Rick Chester.
Rick Shyster.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Gabriel.
you're welcome.
So the next question is, do you think people don't read enough books these days? Yeah, I think so because we have more information and more ways to spend our time, and we have social medias and a lot of news and programs to watch. So I think it's more, I don't know, it's difficult is the word, but yeah, people have more difficult to read books this day. And in my case, it's a reality because I read more when I was a kid and I was a teenager because I think I had more time and more curiosity to read. But since I bought my Kindle, I'm reading more and I try to read more and more. So what do you think about this question, Alexandre?
I agree. People don't read enough book, but now in the past there was no internet, so you need to read into the physical book. But now people read a lot of things on the internet and the news, and then they don't have much time to read a book. In my case, different. I am retired, have a lot of free time, so I can read my books and listen videos on internet or podcasts. Yeah, so I have more than enough time to read, right?
Yeah, I like to listen podcasts too, especially when I'm working, and I always learning a podcast or music. I don't have too much time to read during the day. I just do this in the morning or at night. Yeah, yeah, that's it. What about you, Gabriel?
Yes, I agree with this sentence, I think that people don't don't read enough books. I agree with this. Uh, I don't know because I agree with Alexandre said about the time, many works during the month. I don't know, many troubles, and it's not just this because nowadays we have uh, many access for technology, and you have access uh, of technology. For example, you can in your free time nowadays you usually to watching movies, series, is another ways to add in your free time, uh, I, I believe this. So it's very difficult to read, but I like so much. I said in the beginning of this immersion, I like to read news, many news about my job, about my professional, about sometimes another things that I want to do, I want to know, and but read a book, for example, 1 year I believe my last book, this one I said, uh, mm, since one year I didn't read a book, wait for reading, so that's it, my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I remember in the college, I read a lot about architecture and about academical books. And in my free time, I wouldn't read because I would like to do another thing, And sometimes I just want to lay in my bed and play in some film or some video, just spend the time, doing nothing. I like doing I like to not thinking, just relax, and it's a special moment for me. Sometimes I need to do this. Thank you, Gabriel. So, Márcio, what about you?
So, in my case, I agree this sentence. A little people nowadays read book frequently, but depends on ambience. For example, here in Talk and Talk, every time they mention about the book, several people read book frequently. Another example in my family, for example, 10, 14 people, one or two people read a book frequently. Another people not read, use social media about the watch the content, the fun content, and another things. In my opinion, the read one book is a good experience for develop your thinking about it. So, different thing in your life. That's it.
Yeah, and I was thinking about the kids because everybody has a tablet, and they don't have books today. They just have a tablet to watch videos on YouTube, and yeah, it's difficult, but we need to balance this, try to balance this, right? Thank you, Márcio. So, João, what about you?
I think that the books have always been a way of acquiring knowing um, or entertainment, but now we have many authors more dynamic ways. Yeah, uh, like you say, I can read I can listen podcast or um, I can watching the movie or a documentary, yeah. And the aptitude of the reading is more difficult now because the dynamic of the word, yeah, is 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 all uh, through the more fast, yeah. Normally we not can relax for the read a book.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think the main factor is the advancement of the internet. I think it's difficult today because we have a lot of ways to relax or to get information, and it's different from some years ago. Yeah. Thank you, guys. So, Gabriel, do you read the next question, please?
Yeah, sure. Number 7.
7. Yeah.
Do you prefer fiction or non-fiction books? I prefer non-fiction books. Because I like to reality, you know. I like to read something reality. Just this, and João said about the podcast, for example, I like to watch many podcasts in English for to improve my listening, you know. But depends of the subject, of course, but I like so much. And non-fiction I like.
Yeah, in my case, I'm very interested in reading about real stories, real context, but I like to read non-fiction books like romance, but not just, for example, Galaxy or Another Dimension, things like that. I don't like this kind of books. I I like it when I was a teenager because I remember I loved uh I don't know the name in English, I forgot. Jogos Vorazes, the Hunger Games, and it was amazing, but nowadays I'm not a big fan. So, João, what about you?
I like the Gabriel. I prefer no fiction books. Uh, in true, I haven't read very few fiction books. Yeah, but I really like read mangas, Asiatic mangas, and HQs, comic HQs. Yeah, it's very different. The writing, the two two ways. Yes, it's very different the books.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I really loved to read Turma da Mônica, the gibis. I don't know the name in English, but I love it.
Turma da Mônica is the best. I enjoy a lot this character and your histories. The GBs is the best.
Yeah,
I,
I had a lot of magazine. I don't know if
yeah,
gibis. Yes, I don't know the name in English.
I think is the was a way to help the children start reading. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's in we know can we know gostaria de ler livros naquela época.
Yeah. I don't know the oh my God, I forgot the word. I don't know the kids today have this relation with the Monica as I had when I was a kid. I don't think so. But in my time, yes, in 90 the end of 90s or in beginning of 20 20 zero, I don't know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I had this
Seven,
connection.
7 years, yeah.
Yeah,
Six,
yeah.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was born in the 90 to 97, and yeah, I had this connection with Turma Monica and Maurício de Souza, but people nowadays don't have this connection. Just watch the movies because now uh, there's some movies about the Turma Monica and Turma Monica team, but in my time, just have the GBs, the books.
It's a
Great.
new way to connection, yeah, with
Yeah.
the Turma da Mônica.
We need to adapt the generations. Thank you, João. So Alexandre, what about you?
So I like all kind of book, fiction, non-fiction, romance, or book that tells me the story, the real story from royal family, uh, Elizabeth II, dad or her uncle, what the story about her in the past, the story about Napoleon invading Europe and then make the Portuguese come to Brazil, and the story about uh, all the story that you can confirm in the book. Only
Oh, I think he's frozen.
about someone and read as well. And I think read the book is good to improve your knowledge. I remember I went to school, the first primary school when I was 15. And then when I discovered that I could read book, I read lots of the book until get my friend, my children, then I stopped to read. And when I start to go to study English, I read only English book because I know everything about Portuguese. I need to improve my English, improve my mind, right? My interest in improving my mind. Because I'm 70, my mind is the time to forget. And then I need to keep my mind working, right? So I'm improving English for reading and listening. Thank you.
Yeah, we need to exercise our mind, and it's a great way to read in English. Great, Alexandre. Thank you. And Marcio, what about you?
So, I don't read about the fiction book. The fiction, I prefer watch the movies. For example, I like to read the book about the personal development or the behavior, person behavior, people behavior, comportamento pessoal, em português, because I like to learn about to deal every day, the people, different people in the work, in the work, in the school, in the different place. I like to learn about the people, your behavior, your thinking, and other subjects. That's it.
Great, Mars. And do you like to read about self-care? You know, read books about yourself? Autoajuda in Portuguese. I
Yeah,
think I think it's a kind of self-care, yeah. Read books about behavior and about yeah. Go ahead, Matthew.
yeah, I read this book too because help me. For example, I understand different thing happening in my life and in my family, and another people live around me.
Great, Max. Thank you.
It's my favorite kinds of book is this one, self-help. My
Great, Gabriel. I'm not a big fan, but I read some books about this topic. So our time is almost over. So let's go to the question number 9. Okay, Alexandre, can you read the next question, please? Number 9.
What is one example of traditional literature in Brazil? Which you read each school? In Brazil, I prefer to read from Castro Alves, Machado de Assis, and when I was in the school, right? When I was in the middle school or before, but I'm not so fun of Brazil literature. I'm like more the real story, right? If I can know about Alexandre Grande, I will search for Alexandre Grande and read his story. Or if I want to know about how Pedro Alves Cabral came to Brazil, I would like read this story because I like real story. Even though I read book about Sherlock Holmes because it's a good story about Sherlock Holmes, but I prefer a real story. But no, I'm not so fond of the literature, Brazil literature, right?
Yeah, okay. I have one book by Machado de Assis over here called Dom Casmurro, but it's not a easy book to read, and I'm not a big fan of
One
him,
time
of his
ago.
book. Yeah. Thank you, Alexandre. So, João, what about you?
Ah, I remember that with books, they're very difficult to read, yeah. Cortiço, Alienista, A Casa Grande Senzala, próprio Dom Casmurro. But a book I really enjoy, I really has Auto da Compadecida in the school. Is a very interesting book. It's very easy to read and it's fun, like the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, great, João. I don't know if I read this book, but I remember the movie, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
So, Marcio, what about you?
So, in my case, I read several books, but I chose about the title, not the author. I don't remember the name, the author. About the Brazilian author, I like to watch the videos the Ariano Suassuna, the
Yeah.
author, the author da Compadecida, is
Yeah.
a big write the books. Your videos on YouTube more success because your content, different ideas. I enjoy watching the videos on YouTube. Ariano Suassuna about the Brazilian author is my preference.
Great, Alexandre. Thank you.
Com
So,
certeza. Oh, ixi, tava aberto. Não, eu tava pensando aqui que o Ariano Suassuna era a melhor pessoa que existia, porque ele, tipo, ele dava aulas, assim, em várias escolas, né, no sentido de ir lá e se apresentar. Mas ele que não dava aula show, ele dava aula espetáculo, né? Porque ele trazia muita coisa da cultura brasileira para as pessoas que normalmente não conheciam as coisas culturais daqui do Brasil.
Yeah, great, great. Thank you, guys. So I think we have time to one more questions. So the next question is the last. So if you could oh my God. Again, if you could only read one more book for your entire life, what would it be? It's a difficult question. I can't choose just one book to read in my whole life.
Bible.
Yeah,
In,
it would be.
in my case, for example, say I have this the opinion. I read the gibis, the Turma da Mônica, because it's very, very fun. I enjoy the character, I enjoy the histories. The last opinion is a collection, the gibis Turma da Mônica.
Yeah, great choice, Márcio. I will choose this too. And you, João.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very difficult question, but I think I would choose a very big book, yeah, because I like Moby Dick or O Vento Levou is very big, the books.
Great strategy. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for this immersion. Let's wait one more minute to bring the people from breakout room. And that's it for today, guys. It was a funny conversation, and thank you. So
Can
let's
I ask
share.
a question for Márcio?
Go ahead.
Márcio, eu estou vendo atrás de você, é uma rural? A foto de uma rural, é isso?
Yeah, this picture is I try study the guitar during 2 years.
Não, não.
Study a lot, but stopped about English. The rural is my dream.
Rural.
In the futuro, I intend to buy this car.
Because, eu estou perguntando porque quando meu pai finalmente me deixou eu ir embora para estudar, eu me lembro que eu entrei numa rural exatamente dessa cor aí, em Piaçu. Piaçu é um município do Espírito Santo, e aí eu fui para Alegre e nunca mais vi aquele cara que me deu a carona na rural, entendeu? E era igual exatamente esse que está aí na sua foto. Esse me dá uma boa lembrança da Alexandre analfabeto e o Alexandre que depois se alfabetizou. E essa rural foi uma das conexões da minha vida.
Yeah,
Obrigado.
very nice. Here in my city exists one car, the garage, this car, but is a red, not a blue, is a red. Every time I visit another neighborhood, I stopped in front of the house for to look at this car in the garage. It's a beautiful car.
Right.
But just exist one of this car?
Have many because it's a very old car. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
difficult to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Geralmente em cidade do interior você vai encontrar, sempre vai encontrar um carro desse aí. Às vezes em um estado mais ruim, às vezes bom estado. Por exemplo, aqui na minha cidade, o carro está lá na garagem em um excelente estado de conservação. Acredito que ele vai deixar esse carro para ser um carro de coleção, que eu nunca vi esse carro rodando. Ele está parado lá em excelente estado.
Legal, bem interessante. So, that's it for today, guys. How was the conversation, Alessa?
I really like the conversation. A gente terminou um pouquinho antes, Ficamos conversando um pouco sobre livros, mas foi bem legal.
Great. Thank you for coming. So that's it for today, guys. We don't have too much time. And don't forget to click on this link, okay, of the survey. And bye-bye. See you soon, guys. Thank you.